Hey everyone, it's Teddy, aka JamesKisau on MTGO, and today we're playing some Modern. So I have a friend and coworker who recently got into Modern and was brewing a Storm deck, and eventually he settled on something similar to Ruby Storm, which is a popular archetype in Modern, thanks to the infusion of cards like Ruby Medallion, which showed up in Modern Horizons 3, I think. That, along with Ral Monsoon Maid, which also showed up in Modern Horizons 3, made Ruby Storm a pretty reliable strategy in the modern format. It is a deck with a lot of 2 drops, as you can see. Let's see if I can clean this view up a little bit. Wait, where'd they go? It doesn't matter. Everyone knows what's in this deck. Oh, I just removed them. That's not good. Um, so, yeah, the general idea behind this deck is that you get an enabler such as Ruby Medallion, Ral Monsoon Mage, and when all your spells cast 1 less, you can start stacking up Desperate Rituals and Pyretic Rituals. The old Storm decks of Modern, like Gift Storm, would use Baral Chief of Baral Chief of Compliance and Goblin Electromancer to do the same thing and eventually win with a huge grape shot. But now you don't need to play blue any longer. You lose out on the cantrips, but you don't really need cantrips when you're generating so much raw card advantage with cards like Ren's Resolve and Reckless Impulse. If you haven't seen these cards before, they're quite good. 1 in a red, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those. So it's not even until end of turn, like Light Up the Stage or something. There's quite a large window for these cards to be effective, and it is also play, not cast. So if you flip the land, you can make your land drops via there as well. Something unique to my friend's build is that they are playing a couple additional enablers in Goblin Archaeomancer. And I asked them like, oh, what about like Goblin Electromancer? And they said, oh well, the deck's actually not blue. And that was hard for me to wrap my head around because red green, to my knowledge, hasn't really been a storm color combination in modern, but I could be wrong about that. There was a period where I wasn't really keeping up with modern, so I didn't realize that there was a red green version of Goblin Electromancer in a sense. And it also reduces the cost of all your red and green spells, not just instants and sorceries. So it can make a Ral Monsoon Mage cost 1. Goblin Electromancer can't do that. So it's kind of interesting. The other interesting cards they've included in their brewing journey is a single Dragon's Rage Channeler, which is pretty nice when you're going off. If you happen to have one out and you're filtering further, there's pretty much no chance at fizzling once you're going off with a Dragon's Rage Channeler also on the field. But I also recognize that it's not super necessary for the process, but it's pretty cool. And their 1 drop of choice is Firebrain Scheme. This is a new card from Spider-Man or Through the Omen Paths. I've seen a lot of cards in the 1 drop slot in Ruby Storm, like Strike It Rich, but this one seems pretty good. It's kind of like a cantrip. You exile the top 2 cards of your library, then you choose one of them until the end of your next turn you can play it. So pretty cool stuff. The other mode I don't think will ever come up, but it is 1 or 2 target creatures each get +1/+0 and gain first strike until end of turn. Yeah, probably not going to use that. The only change I really made to their list was I added a Wooded Foothills and removed the 3rd Past in Flames, and I also took out a Copperline Gorge and put a Bloodstained Mire in. This list just like reflected what he had in paper so he could test. So since I'm online now and with a DB account at that, I was able to upgrade the mana base a little bit. Over in the sideboard, there's a Delay, which is a pretty interesting removal spell, I gotta say. There's a 1 Steam Vents in there to accommodate that. And then we also got some pretty cool green sideboard cards like Croson Grip, Nature's Claim, Veil Summer. Escape to the Wilds, I think, must be for grindier matchups because you, exile the top 5 cards of your library and you can play them until the end of your next turn again, and you can play an additional land. So if you're going off, Escape to the Wilds makes it pretty hard to miss. Then there's a Sweeper with Fire Magic, some artifact slash creature removal and a Braid, and some Wishboard classics like Stormscale, Scion, Galvanic Relay, Grape Shot, Mind Collapse. It's pretty cool stuff. I've been wanting to try Ruby Storm in Modern since Modern Horizons 3 came out, but I don't really get the chance, and the only Modern deck I really know how to play is Jund. So we'll see how this goes today. Oh yeah, another card that they've chosen that is usually replaced by Glimpse the not unimaginable maybe, because Glimpse the Unthinkable is the mill card I think, but I think y'all know what card I'm talking about. That's not in this list. We have March of Reckless Joy. For X and red, it's additional cost to cast this spell. It's one of the March cards from Neon Dynasty, where you can exile cards from your hand and they help pay for it. And then you exile a top X card to your library. Then you may play up to 2 of those until the end of your next turn. It doesn't matter. You don't have to like choose which 2, but after you play 2 of them, you can't play any other ones that are exiled. Okay, I think that's about it. If you'd like to submit your own donation list, check out the Patreon. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's play some Ruby Storm. Gruel edition. All right, folks, here we go. On the draw, with like a pretty rock solid hand, but there's no enabler and there's only 1 land. So I'll throw this back. Sure, I'll give this a shot. It's not that bad. Was this the mirror match? No, it's not. But I might be able to burn through this matchup if my draws are good. I would have preferred that to be a, what's it called? Ren's Resolve or Reckless Impulse, but I think we might still be okay. Oh, hold on. I need to cast Pyretic Ritual before any of this happens. So I guess that was actually okay. Is it too dangerous to try and go off next turn, though? Like, I feel like it might be. Might be too dangerous. There's a little high chance of fizzling. Well, not really anymore. Depending on the amount of mana I can generate, each Manamorphose is +1, which is, like, not a ton, the more you think about it. Will I just lose if I play Ruby Medallion and pass? Maybe. I think it's worth a shot. Like, I think I'll survive 1 more turn. So I'll just play Ruby Medallion and pass, and then, you know, I feel like it's worth a shot. Nothing crazy happened pre-combat. They're at 20. And yeah, they're holding up their mana, which is not good. I hope they just don't have anything good to do. Ooh, there's Reckless Impulse. Alright. What do you start with? Probably Pyretic Ritual. Or no, maybe Monomorphose? Yeah. Don't think there's really any need to make green mana. Looking good so far. Alright, cast Manamorphose again. +1 mana. Red. A land drop is not so bad. There's not really a point to invest Ruby Medallion, even though it makes Past in Flames cost 1 less. It doesn't solve you or save you that much in the long run, I feel like. Maybe I should have waited to make that land drop as well because of Valakut. Or, yeah, Valakut Awakening. Still learning some stuff here. Cast Reckless Impulse. Cast Reckless Impulse. Play Ral. At the very least, this Grape Shot can take care of the board, which we love. I think I need to cast Past in Flames, though, before I cast the next Impulse draw, because if I don't hit a Ritual, I'll just be out of mana, right? Because this costs 3. I can always flash it back, you know? Yeah, I'm going to play Past in Flames. Okay, no surprise there. Wasn't really relying on that anyways. And they just gave me a Point of Storm, which is cool. I do need to make sure my Storm is, like, pretty robust, because they can always, like, swords their own creature. They don't seem to have much in the way of interaction for this Ruby Medallion, which is nice. Pyretic Ritual, heck yeah. Manamorphose, red. Another Past in Flames is cool. Pyretic Ritual, Reckless Impulse, Reckless Impulse. Dragon's Rage Chandler will make this very difficult to fizzle. I just don't think it's necessary. Red. Ooh, Wish. Pyretic Ritual. Do I Past in Flames again? It's not really that much mana. Oh, this one, though. That one's not so bad. Okay, how about Ren's Resolve? How about Desperate Ritual? How about Ral? How about Past in Flames? Sure. They only have 2 cards left. Storm's 20. I think we can just kind of go for it, right? Yeah, they just conceded. Well, that went well. I think this is the kind of matchup where it ideally should go well. Take a Fire Magic. Probably a Braid as well, because I would want to address stuff like Guide of Souls can gain quite a bit of life and make storming just out of reach. And the enablers that are creatures are a little soft, so I think I can just make my mana a little bit better. Cut the Anarchomancers. And the Dragon's Reach Channeler. Try it like that. This hand is pretty good. With any decent top deck, I feel like we'll be off to the races here. And I think I lead on Ruby Medallion, since they're more likely to have something that interacts with Ral. Or does that mean I lead with Ral? I don't think so. I think the longer the game goes on, the worse it gets for me, so just do our best to send early and often. What are they holding up their mana for, though? That's what I want to know. This marginally increases my odds of top decking well, so I'll play that out. Send it back. Where? Huh. And now they're going to extract my Ruby Medallions. It's a good effort. They're down to 4 cards, though, and they don't have a threat. I might even be able to storm the old-fashioned way with this Past in Flames if I can amass enough rituals. Only zapped that in. Ocelot Pride. So they're holding up a lot, likely. Can play this defensively, but then they can just probably attack it off the field. Now I'm like, should I play Ren's Resolve? But I should have done that before I made a land drop if I was going to do that. Uh-oh. I feel like the camera's all messed up now. Okay, it's probably a little different than it was before, but whatever. I can't just like wait for them to tap out now that they have this Ocelot Pride. I'll at least get a cheap Monomorphose. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'll flip it. It's just so likely that it's not going to work out, you know? Now I have a Desperate Ritual. See, I think I'll plus. This makes the enabler difficult to interact with, and also impossible to interact with, because I think this is just global now. Alright. Whatever. Is this a Storm Scale Scion game? Wow, I'm hitting really well. Oh my god. Never mind. Past in Flames. Do they have more graveyard interaction? Such as including, well, if they have another surgical, I guess, would you just go after Monomorphose here? Doesn't feel good. Thraben Charm. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, there goes my shit. I could cast Wish, but then what? Nothing. No, I could still Grape Shot. No, right? Yeah, I could Grape Shot. I'm gonna Grape Shot. I'm 1 mana short of a Galvanic Relay. That is a Heartbreaker. That is a Heartbreaker. Yeah, it's gotta be Grape Shot. Change targets. Yield to all. Your turn. And I don't need much in the way of Storm to end this game, I don't think. Got the Past in Flames in the yard. Like, this shouldn't be impossible. They have a Bombardment. 1 card left. They're at 5. They will Surveil. Bending Windswept Heath. Alright. Let's do our best. That's pretty good. Marginally get better top decks here. Cast this Firebrain Scheme. I will take the Ral, I think. Yeah. Although, it doesn't get the cost reduction, so I have to pay 2 for it. It'd just be like set up, but I guess that's okay. Alright, play that. And... oh, I probably had lethal. Oh wait, no, not, because you can't cost reduce and do that. That's just crazy. I'll just plus. But yeah, if they don't put anything together next turn, it should work out. They have Arena of Glory. I think we're in the clear. I got 1 card left. Not a great draw. Okay, cast Past in Flames for 4. No, I think I'd rather pay 3. This feels safer. And then Firebrain Scheme. Yes, flip, I think. Yes. Keep the one with 4 loyalty. Take a Manamorphose. Cast this Manamorphose. Red, red. I'm just gonna do this first, and then see if this Grape Shot works. I don't think this deck has a way they can gain life. Okay, cool. Seems like this should be a good matchup. Clearly they have powerful interaction, but if you can catch them, or just outlast them, and Ruby Storm is very good at resiliency, it just doesn't have very good interaction, so if they had a fast clock, I don't think we would have won that, but they didn't, so now we're 1-0. Alright, here we go. Round 2. I think this is a mulligan, yeah. Well, I am on the draw. Didn't I keep a hand like this in the first game? I don't know. I think we can do a little better. Melissa has no lands in it, so I'll go to 5. This is the best hand yet, I think. Put back Manamorphose, Rends Resolve. Could easily go off with this if the opponent is not very interactive. That is a polluted Delta, though, so... For a Steam Vents? Ragavan? Okay. Really hoping they tap out here. Which might be more likely if I got like a Stomping Ground. They might not assume much. Just hoping they don't hit something like... That's a total red herring here. Ruby Medallion. Okay, yeah. I think they probably know what's going on here. Preordained. And they have legit blue spells. This is not just like prowess. Although I don't know if that deck would play Ragavan. Bottom, though? They might not have permission. Or they might be looking for a land. I don't know. Tameo. Alright. Get that. I feel like the odds of me going off after they untap are like next to none, right? It just feels that way. I don't know why. All I have is a Rite of Flame that draws a card, which honestly is not bad. So let's go for it. A Ruby Medallion. Manamorphose. It's resolving. It's resolving. Uh-oh. Alright, Reckless Impulse. Please be good. Oh! It was not good. I don't think we're gonna win. If Ragavan hits a Pyretic Ritual, I'm gonna be so upset. Yeah, it did! It did! What the hell, man? It was one card away. Now, what can you do? Preordain. Bottom again. What do I get? Rends Resolve. Well, okay. Do that deck thinning magic. Cast it. Cast another one. I need mana. I hit. Desperate Ritual. Rends Resolve. Reckless Impulse. I need another ritual, please. I did not hit. Damn. Well, play Dragon's Rage Channeler, I guess. Can block Ragavan. Not feeling very optimistic, though. I've used a lot of my impulse draws, so it really feels like... Oh, Orcish Bowmaster as well. There goes my dude. Firebrain Scheme. That might have been helpful. What do they get? Counterspell? That's pretty good. What do they choose? Oh, they get both of them, yeah. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, I feel like the thinning is going to be weirdly relevant. Cast Reckless Impulse. If they counter this one, the next one has to deliver pretty hard. Cast Reckless Impulse. We did not get there, but I can Grape Shot. Target Ragavan. Say Tails. Do I flip? I don't know. I guess so, yeah. And then we'll do one there. 2 on the army, I guess. And then same targets. Although I guess I could have baited out the Bowmasters if I had only put 1 on there. Or wait, shoot, I screwed up. When I said same targets, I put it on Ragavan and not them. That was dumb. Whoops. Alright. I think I'll plus, because if I hit Past in Flames, I might be able to win next turn. You never know. They did not play the Bowmasters using their treasure tokens. Surprises me a little bit. Unholy Heat. Oh, god damn it. Okay, I don't think Past in Flames is going to do it anymore. Oh wait, yeah, it totally will if it resolves. I don't think it will. Dash Dragavan. For those of you who didn't see it, they just hit Past in Flames. This is so dumb. Oh, man. Ragavan. I hate you. So silly. So silly. Okay, this Manamorphose is a little dangerous, seeing as Bowmasters can punish it. But, oh wait, no, they can't cast it. Okay, we fizzle. Well, sure wish I had that Past in Flames. Mishra's Bauble? Ragavan. Are you kidding? They hit the other Past in Flames? This is stupid. This game is stupid sometimes. So I have like no outs now. Alright, whatever, I'm over it. That was silly. Okay. Fire magic seems okay, I guess. I don't know though. More of kind of a wish target, right? Nah, that's fine. Again, to like stress counter spells, I feel like additional March of Reckless Joys would be pretty good. As it is, I feel like I can just make their removal a little worse by trimming a couple creatures, getting a Veil Summer or two. The way my deck was stacked that game was very taunting to me. Not only was I incredibly close to getting Past in Flames twice, but the Ritual being just one card out of reach was pretty silly. I'm going to keep this hand, it's good. Opponent takes a mulligan. Yeah, this is like a classic Ruby Storm hand, look at it. Send it back. Steam Vents, Tamiyo. Okay. I think I'm going to get to resolve this Ruby Medallion then. If I draw another Ritual, I might even just try and go off here. I kind of did. Kind of drew another Ritual. I don't know, it's kind of hard to go off on turn 2. I think I'll just wait till next turn. And step a March of Reckless Joy, maybe. Unless they're tapped out. Okay, Tamiyo makes a clue token. And nothing. Yeah, seems like counterspell. There's no reason to play into this right now, so I'll just pass. And if they play Bowmasters here, I'm very familiar with this play pattern. It's a classic Grixis control move, but instead they just activate the clue, which also makes sense. Scalding Tarn, Bell attack, yep. Alright, we're gonna go X equals 3 here. I love this long pause. Alright, we hit pretty damn hard. I think we're ready to go. Pyretic Ritual. Manamorphose. Go red, red. Maybe I should have kept that Past in Flames. I don't know. I don't know. Reckless Impulse. Manamorphose. Here's a Wish. That's pretty good. Pyretic Ritual. Ren's Resolve. Pyretic Ritual. Reckless Impulse. Couple of whiffs there. Play the land. Manamorphose. I feel like they have a counter spell. I have 2 wishes though, so that's good. So as long as they don't have 2 counter spells. Desperate Ritual. And I guess playing this Ruby Medallion is good, right? Since I'm casting 2 wishes, it will pay for itself essentially. Alright, cast Wish. Counterspell, you got it. Cast Wish. Alright. So I could just cast Grape Shot here and have exactly lethal. If they have life gain, that would be bad. Oh, there is no Past in Flames. Whoops. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go for it. Sweet. Thank goodness that worked out. Now I'm on the draw, which is gonna be a lot harder. I think you can kind of inflate the number of Past in Flames by putting one in the sideboard a little bit. I don't know. I'll just keep it the same. This hand seems good. It needs more mana. But in the meantime, yeah, it seems pretty good. Ragavan. I feel like probably just want to fire magic that. Ruby Medallion, not bad. I was hoping for this to be a little more value positive, but I think it's okay. Preordain. Bottom. Oh, I think they were depending on that for a land. Veil Summer, nice. If Ragavan was supposed to be their mana, this could go okay for us. Cast Ruby Medallion. It's in there. Well, alright. Got the Veil of Summer, too. Just need more mana. Tameo. Mishra's Bauble. What do I draw? A land? It's not that bad. Okay, play Reckless Impulse. Nice. I should play this just in case they try to counter it. Pyretic Ritual. Manamorphose. Seems like maybe they don't have it though. Past in Flames, pretty good. I think we'll do that. Pyretic Ritual. Manamorphose. Go red. Another Manamorphose. Just more red. Got my green ready if I need it. Reckless Impulse. Desperate Ritual is exactly what I needed. Storm's nowhere near big enough though. Don't need to play Ral. Don't really want to. I think I'd rather March of Reckless Joy. X equals 3. Yeah, not really hitting here. I guess I need to flashback Past in Flames then. Then Desperate Ritual. Monomorphose. Red. Monomorphose. Red. Kind of hit the end here. Let's see. 15 Wish. 16 Veil Summer. 17 Grape Shot, I think is how it has to be. Okay. Grape Shot. Nice. This is going pretty darn well. Now we're 2-0. Welcome back for round number 3. I'm on the play, which is great, but I'm going to have to mulligan this. This one's kind of rough. I think it's okay. I just need to hit a second land, and then we can probably go off the following turn. Bottom of Manamorphose. Let's see what we get. Tapped Elegant Parlor. Could be the mirror. We put a card on top. Definitely good to be on the play in the mirror. Alright. One land, please. Or I guess a Firebrained Scream. That Firebrained Scheme would also work. Alright. Pass the turn. Maybe win next turn. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not super picky or anything. Guide of Souls. So this is not Ruby Storm. This is Boros Energy. And I don't really want them to gain any more life. 21's already a pretty frickin' big storm. An Archimancer, not a great draw. I already have my enabler. So let's get to going. Land is not horrible. I think I'll take the thin. the marginal thinning here. Manamorphose. Red. Pyretic Ritual. That allows me to pass in flames, but I definitely need to Reckless Impulse first. Hope that hits big. His Manamorphose, which is not bad. Both Anarchomancers out of the way now. Red. Just a land. Okay, yeah, definitely time for Pass in Flames here. And we'll hope to hit big here. Manamorphose. Ooh, Firebrain Scheme. Yeah, let's get this marginal thinning as well. Yeah, I think it's just Grape Shot. I believe that is lethal now. Because I definitely have enough mana to dream it all up again. And there's Wish as well, so I think we're good. Grape Shot. Same targets, and then we'll just flash back Past in Flames and cast another Grape Shot. Or we could even cast Wish and then Grape Shot. But this feels more contained. I don't know. Turn 3 is pretty good. Ruby Storm is strong. Turn 3 for Modern. I mean, it was pretty fragile. If you can interact with the artifacts, that's pretty good. Or if my graveyard got wiped when I cast Past in Flames, I would have been out of gas at that point too. Let's take Fire Magic, Braid. I guess that's it. I really do think the Escape to the Wilds need to be March of Reckless Joy. Because every time I'm looking at it, I mean, this isn't a matchup with counter spells, but I'm pretty sure your grindy card needs to be an instant. I think I'm citing these out every single round, but they seem like the easiest cuts. Yeah, this hand's great. These are the kind of hands that can go off without an enabler, although enablers make things a lot easier. But if they kept a hand that like hates on medallions and stuff, this hand is pretty good against that. Blue mana is interesting. I didn't think that would be there. Double Guide of Souls. Should I just try and go off this turn? What do I draw? I don't know. Maybe not. Okay, that's a little better. Although I will say, if they untap and have some, like, creature interaction, that'd be kind of rough. They're also just gaining tons of life. But it seems like they're moving towards, like, tapping out, which would be very good for me. Yeah, this is very good for me, even though they're putting on one hell of a clock. As long as I don't fail 12 coin flips before Ralph flips, could be okay. Alright, cast Desperate Ritual. I don't know how Splice onto Arcane works, so let's just not worry about it. Don't flip. Desperate Ritual. Ouch. Reckless Impulse, please don't fail me. Ah, it failed me. I think we lose now. Yeah. Too many lands. That was a perfect window, though. Quantum Riddler. Alright, we can just go to the next game. We're done. Try it again. We had the window, but our deck fizzled. I will play first. Yes, this is a keep. Firebrain Scheme, or my draw steps need to come up with a land. Ah, shoot. That's not good. Guess I'll take the Ruby Medallion. They seem to have a play. Guide of Souls. Alright, land, please. Crap. Oh, now I look like a fool. Felia. Alright, cast March. Exile Past in Flames, I think. Damn. There's no lands anywhere. Deck is mega fizzling. I didn't even fetch for this land. I'm just deep in there with nothing. I think at this point, it's too late. And they're just doing whatever they want. Finally. Alright. Let's give it a shot. It's worth a shot. Do not flip. Reckless Impulse. Please work. Okay. Reckless Impulse. Gotta hit a ritual. It does not. So we fizzled again. Damn. I guess I might survive another round. That's just crazy, though. Gosh darn it. Maybe I should have kept the Past in Flames. Maybe I didn't realize how important that was. Yep, that's lethal. Well, now we're 2-1. Too bad. But I mean, if your deck fizzles, you can't possibly expect to also win. So it's hard to feel bad. Welcome back for round 4. And yeah, this is a keep. Just waiting to draw some mana here. And if I don't draw a land on turn 1, I think I just play Valakut Stoneforge out. Just because it's so important to start casting these ruby medallions. And it looks like a similar matchup to the last round. Oh, Firebrain Scheme? Okay. Well, I'll cast that instead. And yeah, take that mountain. They'll attack. Yep. And they exiled my Grape Shot. Oh no. That's annoying. I wanted that. They'll activate and play Fable the Mirror Breaker. Wow, okay. Dragon's Rage Channeler. I think that'll probably just end up turning on a lot of removal in their hands, so let's play Ruby Medallion. And hopefully go off next turn. I need to hit some rituals. But I have like 4 looks at it. It's pretty good. Even more if it seems... If I like draw one for my draw step, maybe I can play Dragon's Rage Channeler first, and then it's pretty hard to fizzle from there. Just because you're getting so many looks as you go off. But it also kind of, yeah, validates cards in their hand, probably. They took my Wish, too. They took a Wish and a Grape Shot. Now there's 1 Wish left in the deck that I need to hit. That's pretty rough. Also, they can, like, wish for something insane, like Deafening Silence now, which sucks. Hopefully they don't do that. I feel like they just stopped, and now they're, like, thinking about it. Just play Flage and pass. It's the right thing to do. These Ragavan hits this league have been completely diabolical. Yeah, High Noon. Same difference. I can't beat this. And I drew the ritual. This is some troll shit. Legit troll shit. Absolutely insane. My luck was good the first 2 rounds. And now Ragavan is just doing insane things. I'm going to side these in. And yeah, I'm just going to cut an Archimancer and Dragon's Rage Channeler. I'll bring Fire Magic in as well. We saw blue mana. Maybe a Veil Summer. Yeah. I think I do need these. More than Veil Summer. That was absurd. I even drew the ritual. Or I would have hit the ritual. Because I know Ragavan cleared the top of my deck twice. Whatever happened to Ragavan just like hitting lands? That's been my experience with the card largely. I'll play first. Yeah, I mean, this hand is exactly what you want. I feel like I might even need to try and go off on turn 2, since they could play High Noon. They kept 7. Although that only works if I draw another ritual. Ghost Vacuum doesn't seem that effective. Manamorphose? Okay, well, kind of feels like this is the move, right? I get a Rite of Flame that draws a card, and 2 looks beyond that. It's not much, but if they untap and play High Noon, it's gonna be a lot worse. And they're F6'd. I'm doing it. Red, red. Ral. No, I need to hit a ritual. I did not hit. So yeah, I guess I'll play Ral. Now I can just kind of pick my graveyard apart here. Taking Pyretic Ritual makes sense. Please don't play High Noon. Okay, this is not so bad. I mean, I still need to hit pretty hard here. Okay. Play Ral. Cast a Distracting Past in Flames. Wait, why didn't I play this Arid Mesa? I've fully gone insane. I think I will flip. Just because it's so difficult to protect this creature in this deck. But yeah, I cannot believe I did not play that out from exile. Maybe there's some insane world where they don't have the ability to take out this Planeswalker before it can -8. I highly doubt that, but you never know. And just bend a Strix Serenade? That actually seems pretty good. I would have kept that. Or wait, no, excuse me. Artifact, creature, or Planeswalker? Yeah, never mind. That does not apply anymore. They'll activate, play it to Fairy, bounce my Ruby Medallion, and then take my Past in Flames. Okay. Plus Reckless Impulse. Mana. That wasn't very good. Or was it? I think it was okay. Play Ral, which costs 2. I knew that. Will I play Ral? Yeah, I guess so. Now this costs 2. Alright, your turn, I guess. Arena of Glory. Teferi will plus. You can't Maelstrom Pulse them both. They have different names. Oh, Flage. That's pretty good. Going after Ral. And they still have a blue up. It's pretty scary. Well, okay. Mana. Doesn't quite do it. I have no cool stuff in my graveyard. Guess I'll play this Ruby Medallion. I guess they will counter it. Well, okay. I'll pass. And then hopefully, next turn I'll win. Yep. Teferi goes up. They can make a rush at, Ral this turn, I just realized. I realized a second too late. Here comes Flage. Yeah, this is pretty bad. And they're getting a lot of life. So it's going to be pretty difficult to get a big enough storm here. Yeah, it's just a giant mess. What are you going to do? Grape Shot. Is there... Mind Collapse only deals 5, right? It's not like I really have the mana for it either. I don't want to sacrifice a mountain. Can't cast Delay. Yeah, I guess we're just fucked. My enablers are all gone. Should have put one in the sideboard. I did put one in the sideboard. Oh, but Flage is gonna beat me. It'll at least beat a Goblin and Archomancer. So what do I do? Nothing, I guess? Try and win with no life next turn. This is gonna be hard. I knew I should have kept that. Nature's Claim in this sideboard. What's the best play? Abrade the Ghost Vacuum, I guess. This doesn't really work though, because even if I draw an enabler, that's 2 mana, and then I'll tap out to cast Past in Flames and have nothing to start the party with. We can just pack it up. That was a rough one, but I'm determined to try and get a positive record, so I'll be back for the last round. Well, welcome back to the final round. We're on the play. Awesome. And yeah, now I just need the card advantage to line up, and hopefully my opponent is playing something like non-interactive maybe. We can just race. It's been a pretty interactive league. I've played against one, I guess, energy deck, and then Jeskai twice, but one of the Jeskai decks was also kind of an energy deck. And there was the Grixis deck. Maybe the first deck was blue too, I just don't remember. It's kind of crazy. We've faced a lot of adversity. This could be the mirror. I'm not sure. Alright. Didn't want that, but whatever. It's all good. I think I do not play Ral here. They will activate. Expecting Elegant Parlor. Xander's Lounge. So another blue deck. Possibly. Forest. Malevolent Rumble. It's like a Leyline deck. They chose Leyline Binding. Okay. Well, they can't cast that right now, so I think we ought to go for it. But they might have Force of Negation or Solitude or something like that. March of Reckless Joy. I could also do that. Wait, try and get them to tap out a little bit. I don't think it gets much better, if I'm being entirely honest. Play Ral. Play Pyretic Ritual. No flip. Manamorphose. They're going to cycle Oliphant for a Sacred Foundry. Make red a Narcomancer. Well, I'll just exile that to March here. I kind of want to exile the Wish too, but I probably shouldn't. X is 3. Should X be more? How about 4? Or wait, hold on. Yeah, I think that's fine. That was not good. Alright, cast Reckless Impulse. I need mana here. Ooh, I did not hit. Heartbreaker. I feel like this has been happening a lot. Alright, cast a Firebrain Scheme, I guess. And I will take Desperate Ritual. And I will pass. Sadly. I kind of really need to draw, like, something good next turn. Something really good. Basically just Friend's Resolve or Reckless Impulse, I think. Although I don't have a lot of mana to get off the ground either. Bloodbraid Marauder. Living End. That's pretty good. And they can Leyline Binding as well. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Pretty bad for me. Will I survive a hit? 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I'd go to 1. So I can't really play Ral anymore. Also, I should also play these. Also, I can't crack this fetch land. It's pretty rough. Leyline Binding, yep. So what if I play another Ruby Medallion and then Wish, and then I'd have no mana left, right? Because Wish costs 2. I could wish for Mind Collapse. Blow up the Oliphant. You know what? Sure. Because I can't Grape Shot. Hopefully that buys me the time I need. But I'm not optimistic. I feel like if I'm not winning on turn 3 or 4, I'm not likely to win. I did have a shot. It just did not go very well. They chose Flage. Then they hit for 4, and that is that. Ral. Not very good into Flage. Just play this Medallion and pass. Try and win next turn. Another Leyline Binding. Pretty rough. Oh, I forgot about the Doorkeeper Throll as well. That's really strong. Well, that did not go well. Okay. I believe I will resubmit. Yeah. I mean, I could cite in this Nature's Claim. Could be pretty handy. And then I want to move away from creatures. Alright. Stormscale Scion. Unfortunately not an acceptable plan B against Living End. They are very good at wiping the board. I'll lead with Dragon's Rage Channeler this time. Might give me the card selection I need to win. They have a Leyline. I'll play that. I don't need to worry about any kind of like high noon effects, I guess. Although Deafening Silence they could still function under. What do I draw? Grape Shot? Sure. Okay. Cast this. Surveil 1. Yes, I will keep that, I think. Actually, I need an enabler, right? Actually, that's not bad. Okay. Let's cast another Firebrain scheme. Bin that. And yeah, we'll take Ral or Ren's Resolve. I think Ren's Resolve. Does that make any sense? I need an enabler, but I also need card advantage, right? Yeah, I need the card advantage. I'm afraid to attack, but I'm going to do it. They will surveil. They put a card on top. They bolted that in, and they're going to rumble. They flipped over a living end. They take Bloodbraid Marauder. They're kind of tapped out. This could be my chance. Oh my god. Is this my chance? Shock that in. Play Ruby Medallion. Bin that one. It resolved. Okay. Cast Pyretic Ritual. Bin that. See, this clears all the bad stuff out of the way. It's kind of sick. Pyretic Ritual. Yep, keep that. Ren's Resolve. Say yes again. Cast that. What's going on? Okay, they're going to cycle. 3 unknowns in hand. Bin that Ruby Medallion. These need to be good. Shit. It's just over, isn't it? God damn it. Wish. I mean, I'll keep it on top. Maybe there's some world in which this works out. But it's a little ridiculous. I wish there was a Past in Flames in the sideboard I could get. Although I don't have enough mana to pull all that off. I need like Yogg Will. Do they not have Delirium? I guess they don't. That's wild. I can put them to 1. Don't know if that'll be good enough. In fact, I know it won't be. Jeez. Jeez, jeez, jeez. Yeah, putting them to 1, it's just not good enough. They'll cycle. Really don't want that thing coming back. If they get a food token, it's going to be too hard to storm, I think. And I'm pretty sure they'll have Delirium, though, if they can loot here, unfortunately. No, they don't? This is absurd. Forest. Clarion Conqueror. Okay. So all I need to do is draw a spell, pretty much. It's like really all I need right now. Please, 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 please. Yeah, I think that does it. Wish. Definitely flip. Sure, I'll keep that. Then Grape Shot. Same targets. Nice. That one was way too close. Way too close. I can't believe it worked out. It's entirely possible that the first 2 matches the wins were too easy, and now I'm kind of seeing a more normal amount of resistance to the deck. And I think that's fairly likely, because I don't really play a lot of Modern. I don't really know what the deal is most of the time, if ever. Yeah, we'll just run it back. It's going to be about racing. Hoping they don't have a lot of interaction. There's no enabler. A lot of mana, though. I think it's a good hand. I could be wrong. They have a slow start. Shock that in. Cast this. Ah, crap. Ah, crap. I think I need to take the scheme. Scheme. They seem to have a play here. Oh, it's Damping Sphere. Well, that's not good. Especially since I can't find a frickin' land to save my life. This is the same thing that happened in round whatever. Like, you hunt pretty deep in this deck. I'm shocked whenever the lands just, like, don't show up. It's kind of wild. One more time. Let's just say, fuck this. I don't know. That's just stupid. If you're a quarter into your deck and you've only seen 1 land, I think it's safe to say it's not your day, it's not your game, and you should just give up. Whoa! And the camera fell. There we go. Well, that was super fun. I know this is not like the normal version of Ruby Storm. I think the deck is normally red and white, but I thought it was a really cool take on it. Hopefully it was cool to see the deck in action and see how it does in a random field. And I'm not very experienced at playing it either, but I had a lot of fun, so I think there's room for tuning it up a little bit. And if money were no object, I think the edits I would make are taking out Escape to the Wilds and replacing it with March of Reckless Joy. And then I couldn't really find a use for delay. I don't think it's worth playing Steam Vents to have a delay in there. But I was thinking a sideboard Past in Flames would be pretty cool. Just to have that redundancy with Wish. But other than the March of Reckless Joy for the grindy matchups, I didn't really have any revelations because I was mostly just kind of figuring the deck out on the fly. I'm not very good at these kind of things. Glimpse the Impossible is a card I've seen in this kind of deck before, and I guess it's pretty good in that it banks mana if you don't make full use of like the Jessica's Will style thing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this would replace. I guess Dragon's Rage Channeler? I mean, that card's really fun, but I can see that it's not really part of the core Storm plan. Anyways, this was tons of fun. I don't get to play Modern super often, so I had a good time. I think the deck is super cool. This is really my only suggestion, and I also feel like we weren't really lacking for enablers, so you could probably go down to one Anarchomancer, try Glimpse the Impossible in there, see how it feels, or not. That's just my suggestion. And yeah, thanks for checking out the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see y'all next time.